Today, let's dig into some coaching vacancies a little bit more. There are still 4 of them around the league: Calgary, Columbus, Anaheim, and New York. Fascinating as well when you look at all these teams are kind of in really different spots. The Ducks, a rebuilding team looking to take some maybe small steps forward next year. Columbus looking for a bounce back. Calgary looking to just get back into the playoffs. Rangers looking for a coach who will firmly keep them in their Stanley Cup window. Mike, I tasked you before the show with giving me some matchmaker options for these teams, these 4 teams. You turned around, you gave me 5 teams somehow. Take me through your list and who you like in each of these spots and your bonus one.
Yeah, I did. So I'm going to do the bonus one right off the bat here. I just don't see a world where Sheldon Keefe hangs on to his job either this summer or into next season. So who's going to come striding on in? Gerard Gallant. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but the Leafs would want somebody with experience, and he seems right up Brad Treliving's alley for the type of coach that could come in and do so. But let's go to the other 4 that we do know are open currently. And with the Rangers, there's been some smoke around John Hines recently after he was let go from the Predators. I don't see that with the Rangers. To me, it's Peter Laviolette or Peter Laviolette. He's got the clout to do it, the successful track record. I think he'd be a good fit. You go to the Blue Jackets, and I think Jay Leach, up-and-comer. He's an assistant with the Seattle Kraken. He's been ahead in the American League with Providence previously, where Spencer Carberry was actually his assistant, who was recently hired by the Washington Capitals. I would love Leach in the Blue Jackets organization because I think they're going to be better next year and moving in the right direction. Keep an eye on Mike Vellucci there, too, assistant in Pittsburgh. He could do it. Ducks, let's go Travis Green. The Ducks, to me, you kind of need a placeholder and somebody who might surprise you. I'd like to see Green get another crack at it, but I don't see the Ducks going and hiring big. So the one easy one, Tyler, Mitch Love. He's the Flames guy, 2-time American Hockey League Coach of the Year, reigning champion, young guy, knows how to get the best out of the young players. So I think those are all locks. I'll give you one more name that I want you to keep an eye on. The Milwaukee Admirals, Carl Taylor, their head coach. That team's in the AHL Western Conference Finals right now. He's been there 4 years. His record, 157, 90, and 40. He's done a great job of preparing those Nashville Predators players to get to Nashville. I think he could end up with an NHL job one day as well.
Interesting name there. I like what you said about Mitch Love. I think that's an absolute slam dunk for that Flames organization. You promoted from within with Craig Conroy becoming your GM. Do the same thing with your coach. Don't overthink it at all. How about another name to throw your way? Chris Knobloch out with the Rangers organization. He's a guy obviously famous for coaching Connor McDavid in junior hockey, but he's worked with young talent a lot throughout his career. I look at him as a guy who, if the Ducks want to do a little bit more than just a stopgap placeholder, what about him? Let his eyes kind of help develop that young core of Zegras and McTavish and company.
Yeah, I agree with you. And that's where I think Carl Taylor would be a nice fit there too. Yep. So I would expect the Ducks to be the last ones in on this mix because it's not a pressing matter. I had Knobloch as an assistant coach with the Philadelphia Flyers, think very highly of him as well. And he is somebody who's looked upon as being a rising star in the coaching ranks as well.
Yeah, that would be really interesting. Frank Saravalli today on the DFO Rundown, just to tie it back to your Gallant point as well. I agree with you. I don't know if he's long for Toronto, but Frank dropped the hot take of he thinks Sheldon Keefe will be back. So that's another one. Like the announcement.
Jeez, I'm sorry, Sheldon. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's just a Frank hot take. They're doing the presser right now to announce Brad Treliving officially as the Leafs GM, but still plenty of question marks in Toronto that we'll be keeping an eye on as well. There's our coaching matchmaker segment